So when I reached my age and I got here to North Carolina back in 1994, I saw a sign, a billboard sign in Owen Drive, and they were announcing this seminar on Revelation on the English-speaking church in Fayetteville. And I told my mom about it, and we decided to go. And I never forgot about it, because when I started visiting other denominations, none of them made sense. After me listening to this message, nothing else made sense to me. It took me 10 years to go back to the Adventist church. So it took about a week after I submitted myself and I surrendered myself. Since I only had, like, my daughters and me, we were the only ones in the Bible study. Like a week later, we have a big group. And that's how all these ladies and all these people, they started coming to the Bible study. So I had a meeting with the pastor. He came to visit the Bible study group, and he liked it a lot. So I met with him, and he told me what was the status, that he wanted me to do some seminars on what I was doing in my house. And then I said, but can I do that? And I'm not even baptized. So, and he said, well, would you like to get baptized? Yeah, I think I would like to do that. He said, okay, so share that with your group and see what happens. So I shared with the group. I said, look, I'm gonna get baptized. I wanted to let you guys know, in case that you decide after we're done with the faith of Jesus that you wanted to do it too. To say, yes, I wanna do it. I wanna do it. Okay. So it was only 3 of us. And then little by little, as weeks went by, one more added to it, and before you knew it, the 9 of us, we were ready to get baptized March the 29th, 2014. God bless you all. My name is Marylin Nater, and exactly 8 years ago, I was sitting down right here telling my testimony. But let me tell you something, that was not the end. That was only the beginning. It was 2014 when I was telling my story. After I got baptized, I kept having my little group doing the Bible studies. And a month after I did my testimony, we had another group that got baptized too. From that group that we still have, we had more than 30 baptisms to the glory of the Lord. A year later, I was invited to have a program in the radio. And we started having a program about the 3-angel message. And that ministry grew. Right now, we're still doing the radio. Okay, we are teaching the 3-angel message in different stations. They are Seventh-day Adventist stations all over the world. Then, a few years later, in 2019, the Lord was so awesome that I was invited to work as a Bible worker for a small group in Red Spring. And we had 3 baptisms within the first 3 months. And God started really showing His power in that group too. When the COVID, the pandemic started hitting really bad, we had planned already to have an evangelistic series. And in the year 2020, in March, when every church was already closed for 2 weeks, I had evangelistic series going on in Fayetteville and Red Spring. And to the glory of God, we stayed open 2 extra weeks, and we had 12 baptisms. And then we started working on the ministry on the radio even harder. We developed different projects for the little groups and everything, and we never stopped working. One of the most exciting things that happened to me is when I was invited to plant a church, to open a church in the city of Shannon. When we started, we were a little small group, 13 people. That's it, between kids, teenagers, and adults. We started doing Bible study. Instead of a week of prayer, we planned a 30-day evangelistic series. And during that series, the group started growing and growing. We had other baptisms. And then by the middle of November, from 13 that we were now 23. We can say that the hand of God is so powerful that we're still growing and growing and growing. And I had no doubt that pretty soon we're gonna become a church, a full-growing church for the Lord. One of the things that motivate me the most is to understand that if you want to plant something that lasts a season, plant a flower. If you want to plant something that lasts a lifetime, plant a tree. But if you want to plant something that will last eternally, plant a church. When I was talking about Zachary and Kathy McFadden, they were the first people who gave me the Bible studies. These people, they used to drive an hour to my house to give me the Bible study and 1 hour to go back. They did it for 2 years, never gave up. It took me almost 10 years to get baptized. But you know what? During those 10 years, they never gave up. They kept in touch with me. Please, please do not get discouraged. Keep working. Keep giving your all. Keep going the extra mile, because you can assure that you will have a victory in Christ if you do not give up. All the baptism that we had in the group, 30 and plus, they were the fruits, the product of that Bible study that Kathy and Zachary McFadden started with me. So do not give up, because you will never know how many fruits, how many things wonderful God can do with just one Bible study that you start. When you open an apple, you can count the seeds in the apple, right? But let me tell you something. You will never be able to count how many apples will come out of one seed. So do not give up. Keep doing the evangelism. Keep being faithful to the Lord, because He will be faithful to you. And 8 years ago, I said to my Lord, I made my words Isaiah 6:8. And I told Him, then I said, here I am, send me. And today, 8 years later, I still have my first love. And my first love has grown more than what it was 8 years ago, because I have seen His hand